Kentucky. This is Listens Live.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Schlonsky. Today, it is Friday, which means we have made it to the weekend, and we have got a fantastic show to close out your week here today as we take you to the rundown now and show you the guests to expect with us. The Kentucky Beef Council is here with some fun, delicious, and easy recipes to keep your guests happy and fed next weekend for your Super Bowl party. Plus, today is the deadline if you would like to register for the Derby Burger Challenge, so we will get you those details coming up. But up first here today, it is Elder Advisors here to talk all about their upcoming free workshops where you can learn what you need to so that you don't go broke in a nursing home. It has been a bit since our friends have been
Hello, children.
Larry Weiss and Lindsay Fleming.
It's been a long time.
This is Lindsay,
Reintroducing.
which means I'm Larry Weiss. Hello, Kentuckiana.
How is 2025 treating the both of you?
Well, we got past the polar vortex a couple weeks ago. Holy cow.
Finally, the snow melted
I mean,
in all the parking
for the
lots.
first time, my F-150 Super Crew went into four-wheel low.
King Ranch.
No, Roush Nightmare. But I had to go four-wheel low just to get out of my driveway.
Times were tough.
It was a little rough. So that's why we kind of moved it to 1 o'clock. Weather looks pretty good.
Okay.
Kevin Hardy. Kevin, I got it. Weather's good next week. Kevin Hardy assured me we'll have good weather. So we're doing Monday, 1 o'clock in Louisville. Tuesday, 1 o'clock at Clarksville for the workshops. But yeah, it's a new year, and I was talking in the green room, and then Garrett was talking, and it's like there is no need. Seasons every day for this stuff. It's tough stuff. It wears you out, wears the families out. A couple shout outs to Snissy in Portland. Her name is really Edna, but she goes by Snissy. She prides her little puppy dog on her lap. Hello, Snissy. I don't know what the Snissy
I'm trying
is.
to get an office dog. What Elder Advisors needs is an office dog.
What's like a
No, that was a bad segue.
It was like a
Bad.
Larry's suits are too fresh to be dealing with the shedding and fur.
Well, that's the least of the concern. And we're going to stop right there for the little children that are
We
watching.
should talk about who should come to the workshop. Kentuckiana wants to know if they should
I was just
come
gonna
to
let
the
you
workshop.
guys go.
Coming to the workshop is Stephen Boone, Marine drill instructor, now LMPD civilian. Hello, sir. I'm working on the haircut. Okay, he's very picky about my hair. You know, I'm a civilian.
Is that not high and tight enough?
Not for him. You know,
Okay.
it's like still in the Marines. I'm like, dude, you're a civilian now. Give it up.
That's a classic dude, though. It looks good.
He is squared away. He's a DI, was a DI, very squared away. But, you know, when the families come in and talk to us, you know, it's an emotional time, but I do have to give a shout out to Tammy Perry down in Pleasureville, Kentucky. I don't think that place exists. I mean, that's like some TV place. Pleasureville, Kentucky. You know, she says it does. That's what's on her driver's license. But great lady, great family, and, you know, going through a lot of stuff, but she always has a smile. She always comes in with her, you know, stuff, with her, you know, Buffalo Trace logo, sweaters and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, my son works there. And I'm like, lady, let's move on.
She should bring Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, right? But no, Tammy's a great lady. Her daughter was there the other day. But Kinsey, good people, because it is stressful. It wears you out. And when you deal with someone like Tammy, she's always got a smile. So it makes my job easier, and it genuinely makes it a lot nicer for us. But when the families come in at the workshops, there's 3 key questions for families. Do you have someone in a nursing home or in rehab? Hands go up. That's a crisis plan. We can help. If it's a husband and wife, one spouse goes in, we can keep all the assets for the at-home spouse. You know, you're not doing anything stupid like getting divorced or listen to Cousin Cletus, and this is what we did, and they lost everything. Well, they might have, but they weren't Elder Advisors clients.
Right.
So for husband and wife, we can keep all the assets for the at-home spouse. If it's a single person, about half of the assets, half of something is better than all of nothing. The second variable is how many people have a loved one at home, trying to keep some eyes on them. Maybe the kids are kind of checking on the evenings and stuff. That's pre-crisis planning. And since we had Marianne Keller come on board, 40 years, master level social worker, she can develop strategies so you don't go to the nursing home. So there's now things you can do in the home to stay there. So the sooner we can hit the ground running for the families, devise financial and healthcare plans to keep them at home, they can stay at home. Or the third variable is how many people simply want to avoid these problems, give themselves peace of mind, protect the children, people they love. Hands go up. Those are pre-planning. We can help with that as well. There's almost always a legal component. Bob Marshall, CPA tax attorney, Mr. Excitement, will be there for the Wednesday workshop on the legal part. And who's joining us in Tuesday for Indiana?
Amy Wheatley.
Amy Wheatley from Stein Law. will be on the Indiana side. But there's never a good time. It's dictated by need, and we can help. Workshops are fast-paced. I'm going to be as high energy then as I am now. Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee?
I've got one hiding behind the plant.
I know. I don't like it.
It's interesting, though, Lindsay, because we were talking and Larry said, look, no matter what time of year, this is something that you should be doing. But you mentioned there's three kind of classes of people that come out to the workshops. So if you're in the class of people that are like, okay, I want to pre-plan, maybe now is the perfect time, because when it goes into the end of the year, people are all consumed with holidays and this, that, and the other.
For sure.
Right now, everybody's in the let's get it done mode, doing your taxes, doing this, that, and the other. Why not do this too?
I don't have a great answer for it, because you should. You know, it should be a New Year's resolution. If you haven't made one, or if you've fallen off all the other ones, just getting your affairs in order. One kind of group of folks that we don't always talk about is folks that are perhaps been widowed recently in maybe 2024. So like Larry said, for a married couple, if there's a crisis, we can protect all the assets. So, you know, if somebody's failed to plan and they're married, there's a whole lot we can do. But for a single person or somebody who's widowed, we can only protect half. So if you're watching this and you're a recent widow, or, you know, we can only do half. And so it's super important, especially for that subgroup of folks that have maybe lost their loving husband or wife of many, many, many decades, to come in and look at the workshop and see what we have to do, because that becomes very, very, very important, because there's less we can do without the pre-planning component.
Larry, you always talk about the barbershop law and not subscribing to that, which seems more difficult now than ever, because we have social media, we have the internet, and people are getting fed information or misinformation from all over the place. And so how are you able to fight through that when I'm sure you see people every day who say, you know, I know that I'm giving everything away, it's just what's destined for me. No, it's not.
No, it's not. And it's a constant fiscal combat with the financial nuances out there. You know, we're not attorneys. We don't give the legal advice. There's almost legal components with a lot of what we do, so we always refer that out to attorneys. As I mentioned, Bob Marshall, CPA tax attorney, will be at the workshop on Monday. Amy Wheatley, elder law attorney from Stein Law. She makes me say elder law diva Amy Wheatley. Isn't that sad?
She sometimes comes with you guys.
She's very good. She
is very much a diva. Yeah.
Sometimes she comes here with you all.
And she's a pretty good attorney too.
She knows what she's doing.
But she's a hell of a diva. but you know, people, well, it's tax time. You know, we can give $19,000 away. Well, okay, maybe for tax planning, but not for Medicaid, because they're looking for reasons to deny the applications. And that's something people do right out of the bat. They gave the 19 to the brother and the uncle, and no, that's just a problem. You know, what's good for this doesn't work over here, because there's two separate things. There's federal rules for taxes, and there's state on the Medicaid, and people, it's just a train wreck for things like that. And you know, they give cars away, and it just gets from bad to worse.
Yeah, this is where we help. Okay, we get another segment too together before we go to break, which we're doing after this. Hit the workshops just to make sure people can see the destinations.
Yeah, come out Monday at the Hilton Garden Inn. That's Monday, February 3rd at 1 p.m. At the Hilton Garden Inn off Crenton Drive. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be in Clarksville, again at 1 p.m., and that's at the Hampton Inn there on Broadway Street in Clarksville. So we'll be at both workshops. You can register at freeworkshop.com or call 855-LARRY55 and get registered. So it's, of course, completely free, and we look forward to having everybody come and get some great information on
You might even learn something, but it's certainly fun.
Oh, well, of course. We know that, right? You'll get a little of both.
A little bit of a lot of both. Oh, look at that picture.
It looks nice, and we'll get to have this picture for you on the other side of the break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be here.
I'll be here.
The Wave Charlie Wilson's Jet Air Kitchen.